German, German, at knowledgesociety.com.
Just why don't you put ties on? Like tie, ties on, colon. You like my haircut?
Yeah. Hairstylist?
He's good, dude.
Dre's the man.
I've ever had.
Ty has a hairstylist now.
Exactly. Herman just puts lots of gel in his hair. That's Herman's trick.
Look how shiny.
I know, you have to use those blue pads, or else the heat from these lamps make you
Yeah, this is not my biggest fan spot.
my best.
Yes, not my best. This is
You don't like it?
This is my least favorite.
But also, why do you
Why
guys have the car doors open? The garage door open. It's better when the garage door
Did you
is
meet
closed.
Artie and his girlfriend?
No. Hello, Artie. Hello.
He wants to take a
You
selfie.
didn't say her
Come
name.
here, take a selfie with him.
Can you close
Artie?
the garage door? It's better.
Artie's a GM at my park.
Ties on
Oh,
like that.
nice to meet you.
I guess so.
So you visited North Carolina.
Take the picture now or silence forever.
I might as well, right?
Yes. You want a selfie with Ty?
So who's on here from North Carolina?
Artie.
See how much better that looks? Because you can see the cars. Or else it washes the cars, you know what I'm saying?
Earlier,
What's
Zach,
up, everybody?
Zach said we were in
Selfie.
Beverly Hills, North Carolina.
Beverly Hills, North Carolina. Yeah, that's a new place.
That's where I live.
We're going to be talking about how to how to get 1 million people to pay attention to your idea.
You guys ready? You want to go? There you go.
Oh,
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ty.
thank you.
I'll see you.
Someone says, I want to sell drugs to own a Ferrari. There ain't that many drug dealers that have Ferraris. Trust me. They go broke. Oh, sorry. You can put this close. Here, let me have one of those blue pads, Nathan. So who here has an idea that nobody knows about? Somebody said, Ty, tell us about Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Kobe. Kobe. Got to go back in the locker room area yesterday with Kobe Bryant. Pretty chill, right? Somebody said Raleigh, North Carolina. Somebody's from Hickory. Somebody said El Chapo. Are you calling me El Chapo? Isn't El Chapo Pablo Escobar? I got my laptop here because I'm going to do a little work while I talk to you guys. Nowadays my life's busy, so I have to do 2 things at once. I'm sure that'll offend somebody, but I don't care. I have to do it. So, you're going to drop the video with Kobe. I put some of the video with Kobe on my Snapchat. You guys didn't see it? I posted a little bit of it. Your hair's on fleek, Ty. Yeah, I had to do. Now I go on camera enough. I got to get someone to do my hair. Somebody's making 6 figures a month. The Melonique. Yeah, let's talk about who's making some money. Who's making some money? Ty, your Snapchat stories are awesome, Ty, and they doubted you. Don't worry about doubters. I actually use it as motivation. You want some haters. So James is making $30,000 a month. James Cadden. What else we got? It's okay if you're not making much, just admit it. It's no shame in admitting. The Melanink is making 8 figures a month. Somebody said Selena's coach. Nothing. $5,000 a month. Making $200 a month trading Forex. 5 G's a month, $7,000 a month. Show us your cars. You can't see them in the background. Ramon took one of them.
Want to say hi to Quincy at Snapchat really fast?
Yeah.
You want a headset?
Yeah. Quincy. How are you? You have a nice voice. It's very bubbly. Pretty good. How's life there? I am. I'm growing my Snapchat. I've like tripled it in the last month, and I'm getting ready to jump it up. Did you see? I Snapchatted back with Kobe Bryant last night. You guys put my stuff on your official stuff. I was on the Oscars one. It was pretty cool, and the Grammys and the yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just lucky. My snap is Ty Lopez, TAILOPEZ, and then the number 1.
I got you, Ty Lopez.
But
In April.
Maya was saying maybe in April you guys are going to give me Ty Lopez. I think I have an impersonator. But yeah, I've been posting. I mean, I post a lot of unique stuff. So my goal is to get up. I'm trying to get it to like 2 million. Let's see if I can get it to, because I just started promoting it only about a month ago on all my. I have one of the biggest YouTube channels in the world. So if I start promoting it, a lot of people will. I just did one video with a little, like the little Snapchat icon thing that people can snap. So so I'm gonna try to get it to 1 million in the next couple months. Hopefully, we'll see if I'm lucky enough. And but yeah, I do a lot of crazy stuff. By the way, I'm talking to Snapchat here. I'm doing a live call. Yeah,
Snapchat yourself, doing.
It's not that good, but I can get it better because I just started. I really only pushed it in the last in 20. I only really started pushing in the last 6 weeks. Yeah, but I like to try to hit big goals. So I want to at least hit. That's interesting though. So that's interesting. I would love to. Can me and Maya ever set up a business meeting with you guys? Ever talk on? Because I got some big strategies that I think could be cool for you. Like I posted, yeah. Because on Friday I sat next to Kobe Bryant on the Lakers bench. So it's his last year, and he was playing LeBron James. So you guys I think I got on your Snap story 3 times. I Snapchatted the UFC fight with Conor McGregor in Vegas. You guys put me on 3 times. And then the Oscars, you put me on 4 times. Because I had a thing with Steve Carell. Yeah, so it's cool. I tell everybody thank you. But, I got an interesting life. So hopefully that can be, exciting. I can do some crazy stuff if we could talk on just doing some stuff for you guys, just because I get a lot of crazy stuff at my house, and the Lakers come play basketball here and stuff at my house sometimes. Just like a lot of unique. I know you guys like local content too.
Okay. Hey, I'm talking, except I need the mic. Huh. Ty just took my phone. He's talking to Snapchat. So.
Hello.
Hi, Nathan. Do you want to join me?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So, Ty, can you hear me now?
Am I in the frame?
It's very weird to talk to Facebook with a microphone. Anyways, Ty will be right back. He just swiped my phone to talk to Snapchat. Someone just asked why Ty focuses so much on Snapchat. And I will say the reason is philosophy-based is that Ty always likes to be on the cutting edge. So Snapchat is like the next big thing. First it was Facebook. I would say Twitter fell in between Facebook and Instagram, kind of. It was like Twitter, Facebook, kind of. Twitter's not doing that well right now, though.
It's not. It's kind of like, it's kind of fading out. I wouldn't say it's not a bad platform, but it's just we haven't been focusing a lot. We're trying to find some potential on Twitter. And
well, the reason I will say, if you think about it, the things that now are taking off the most are things that are visual stimulation. So Twitter is just words, right? So Nathan's very good at words. So you could probably do mean tweets,
I'm good at words.
Badass. You're good at words.
Yeah.
Gemini, I'm a Gemini. Anyways, but Snapchat is all stimulation based. So it's visual imagery, it's captions, etc. You're saying it doesn't make a difference with a mic. Maybe you should turn your volume up. Oh. Twitter is still huge, Corey. You're totally right. I'm just saying, as far as cutting edge stuff, and also I think Jack Dorsey is gonna get fired again or something weird.
And Snapchat is pretty much Twitter, but with pictures.
Yes.
Right? Because it's very instant. Twitter is all about the updates, what's going on, what's the latest things, and 180 characters or less.
Right.
Snapchat, there's no limit. You could just keep doing photos, and people cycle through. It's kind of a hybrid, I guess you could say, Instagram and Twitter, and it's just a new thing, and it kind of eclipses over Twitter.
Doubling down on?
Because it works like Snapchat.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, yes, for sure.
And it's opportunity cost. If you focus on Twitter, you don't have time to focus on Snapchat as much.
Here's a real life example. So I would say look to somebody who's at the top right now, right? So there's a person who was just on Bloomberg Business Week, was just on Jimmy Kimmel, was just on Ellen DeGeneres, which is basically like 3 of the biggest shows with the biggest viewership in the entire world, and it's DJ Khaled, and he's crushing Snapchat. So anyone who's able to get that much of eyeballs in front of them that is using a platform like Snapchat, Ty says, good artists copy, great artists steal. So definitely that's, I think, where he's going. And DJ Khaled's like a Snapchat mentor, right?
Yeah. And one thing I noticed, like, I spend probably on a daily average an hour on Snapchat just watching. I don't know how much time, I don't spend any time on Twitter at all. Do you ever wake up and just scroll through your Twitter feed? I don't, but I do that for Snapchat.
Yes.
Especially for millennials nowadays.
By the way, someone just said a few things. Someone said that Jack Dorsey is the ECO of Twitter and Square, and it's CEO. Yes, you corrected yourself.
ECO.
Yes, he is. Square, honestly, I think Square actually loses money, but there are a lot of businesses that lose money and can still be profitable in the long run or valuable or whatever. Someone asked, would Ty do a sit down with DJ Khaled? Hell yes. That would be fun. We should have him over here. I'm working on that actually. He's my next person.
I would just do parodies with him all day. It would be a good day.
Yeah, or we just walk through the house and go walk with me on my journey to success or whatever, right? Is that what he says?
Yeah, walk with me.
He says, let's see. Or is that you?
No, that's him. I copied him.
Oh, so Nathan copied. So anyways, why don't you put here, so right now we're on Periscope, right? Is that Periscope? Yes. Facebook, Meerkat. Oh, we're on all of them. When is the next live call for VIPs? Tomorrow. Yes, for sure. I'm going to go back to Snapchat now. Ty's going to talk about Snapchat, and I'll talk to Snapchat. Thank you.
Switcheroo.
Are you
Was
mic'd?
this off?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Wasn't that private?
We were just talking about that.
All right. Here we go.
Hi. Hey, how's it going?
Let's talk about getting 1 million people. Who wants to have 1 million people? Who doesn't? I was talking with Snapchat, so I had to get off. I got an account rep there. Oh, hey, Maya. Don't hang up. I have a question. I forgot. Sorry. This is a busy day. Let me ask you a super quick question.
Ty has a quick question for you.
Okay, quick question, because I know, I think there's a bug on my Snapchat private inbox, where people can private Snapchat me. When I wake up in the morning, there'll be like 100 snaps and they're already opened, but I didn't open them. I was asleep. It's really weird because I'm pretty sure I don't get all my snaps because I'll get there'll be sometimes where I get a Snapchat every 1 second, and then sometimes 5 hours I won't get any, which I know does anybody else ever have that, or is that my imagination? Okay. Yeah. Okay, because I'll screenshot it. When I wake up, they'll be like, every morning there's like 40 of them opened. And I don't know if people set them to expire in 5 minutes. It'll be like 8 a.m. sent to you. I wake up at 9 a.m. and it's opened. It's so weird. So, yeah, if we can just get a little link, that'd be awesome. All right. Thank you. All right, bye. Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I really washed away.
Okay, somebody said I might be hacked. But I'm not sure it's hacked. But somebody said, Ty, arrange a meet with DJ Khaled. I was at the Laker game the other day. He was there. So let's get started, because I got to go in a little bit. But I'm here. I don't always do these free calls anymore because, unfortunately, my schedule's starting to pack out a little bit. Ty, your snap kills DJ Khaled's. I don't know. Khaled got a good. He has a different kind of Snapchat. He's in music, I'm not in music. I'm an entrepreneur. If you're watching this and you want to take your idea from just your head into reality, or if you're watching this and you already have an idea, but you're not getting enough reach to people, okay, it's very easy to not get enough reach. It's the simplest thing in the world. Just do everything wrong and you'll get no reach. So, let me Snapchat whether we're on here. Yo, if you're not watching live on TyLopez.com or my Facebook, Ty Lopez Official, you're missing out. Talking about how to get 1 million people to follow you. Now, when I say 1 million people to follow you, I'm not just talking about on social media. Can you put that caption? I'm live on TyLopez.com. I'm talking about overall to get a lot of people to follow you. You know, it's not just on Instagram. You don't need a million Instagram followers. You don't need 1 million Twitter followers. But in the cumulative, you need to be able to reach a lot of people. Okay? Somebody said, why not 250 million? Well, you can use these principles and scale them up to 250 million. Now, I'm going to do a little bit different talk than I usually do because I'm a mad scientist. I like to experiment. Here's my experiment right now. I want you, because sometimes people just watch me and it's more like entertainment, which is good to watch and be entertained. I watch sports sometimes. But what's more important is change your life. So let's work on changing your life right now. Let's pull out a pad and paper or whatever you take notes on. And let's talk about something for a second. Number one, you can write a comment too if you want to use this as your piece of paper. And while you do this, I'm multitasking because I got other stuff I have to do today. So while we do this, we'll accomplish literally more with less effort. That's what you want. Double the results, half the effort, right? 1 million people paying attention to you and your idea. Now, for those of you who think it's easy, it ain't that easy. Most people that think they've done it have never done it, trust me. 1 million's a lot. So, write down, or you can do it right here, your basic idea. Tell me what it is. Because first of all, there's a rule I'm going to teach you in a second. It's called, you can't polish a turd. That means some of you have bad ideas, which means there's no solution. There's no cure for a bad idea except to kill the idea. Let's write it down. If you're worried about people stealing your idea, please don't worry. Please spare me that conversation. You should be secretive, but not about your idea, because the second you launch your product, somebody's going to know about it. You could be secretive about your marketing sources, your investor sources, but not your idea. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Millions of people run around hiding their ideas. What happens once you launch your idea? If it's so easy to steal, then they're going to steal it in 1 second once you launch. Unless you plan to launch it and not tell anybody about it. Come on, guys. This is going to be a common sense deal. Common sense talk today. So let's talk. We need to do ideas. Come read them, Nathan, please, so I hear them.
Legal way to sell lottery tickets through a cell phone app. Sleeping bag bivvy.
I'm going to be listening until I hear an idea that catches my eye.
Tinder for roommates. Okay.
Tinder for roommates?
Yeah, Tinder for roommates. That sounds pretty cool.
Keep going.
Video guitar lessons. Okay. What else we got? Video guitar lessons. A worm farm.
What else?
Okay. A clothing brand called Palm Trees. A toothbrush holder plus UV light cleansing. So combined.
I'm listening. I'm getting ready to launch a show that's like Shark Tank.
Healing pod with rife frequencies and in images. Okay. Reality show app.
What's a reality show app? Okay.
Uber for cameras. Uber for groceries. Automated dog scooper for apartments. Okay.
What? Keep reading.
Okay.
Keep reading.
Fitness Tinder. Okay. A new poker tournament for casinos. A wireless tattoo machine. What else we got? Tinder for entrepreneurs. Okay. Self-bag changing trash can.
Mobile barbershop is cool.
Mobile barbershop. There's such a thing.
All right. What else?
67 steps in Spanish.
I get that a lot. People want to
A
translate.
new TV series centered on roaring 20s in Hollywood. Okay. High-tech apparel, Uber for companionship. A lot of Uber ideas and
A lot
Tinder
of
ideas.
Ubers. Okay.
iPhone case vending machine. Okay.
What?
It just dispenses iPhone cases.
They have that, don't they?
I'm sure there is. Shampoo shower. Does that mean it's included with the shower?
Okay. We got ideas.
Personal
Now
development
you should
app.
be listening to these because you'll learn a lot from listening to other people's ideas.
Automated irrigation system for greenhouses. A motocross track / workshop. Protein shake dispensaries for gyms. Cereal to go cup. There is such thing.
What is it?
Cereal to go cups.
Okay.
Okay.
What else we got?
New education systems. What else we got?
A website that conglomerates all live streams.
iPhone case with built-in mace. Okay.
This is a good one, Nate, on the website.
What else we got? Oh. Go to it. Clothing brand that has environmental triggers. Okay. A Coach Academy. That one on top, or
Yeah, that one's cool.
cancer support group app. Okay, interesting.
Cancer support. There's a lot of apps.
Yes.
Is that the main? I'm going to show you guys
iPhone.
a trick here.
Snapflix. It's short movies on Snapchat. Okay. Laser phone called Novo. Okay, so it's like a little thing without hardware on it. That's pretty cool. Sustainable housing, networking apps for students and entrepreneurs, floating buildings,
Floating buildings.
Snapchat and FaceTime combined. Snapchat
Who
already
likes
has
these
the FaceTime
ideas?
thing.
Who's liking these ideas we're hearing right now? Anybody?
Nothing new, though.
Well, it doesn't have to be new.
Electronic business cards. I'm pretty sure those exist. Mobile coffee trucks. Interesting.
Free Wi-Fi. Yeah, we're talking. Isn't Mark Zuckerberg?
App creator app. So an app that makes apps. Digital car tinted windows. So it changes it changes the tint level on command. Okay.
Now,
3D.
all right.
Okay.
Here's the deal on these live calls. I want to give you guys a lot of free value. I'm focused on the people that are, you know the saying, be down for people who are down for you. So I built all these VIP programs like my 67 steps, the accelerator. I'm gonna open up the accelerator in a little bit. I mostly work with people in those. Why? Because those are people paying me to help them, just like you pay to go to school. Now some people are like, oh Ty, it's a scam if I pay you. Bullshit. What the fuck's wrong with people that say that? You know how much it costs to put you through school? $22,000 a year if you lived in most states. 15 to 20 grand. How many years were you in school? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 12 years times 20 grand. They spent $250,000 of your parents' taxpayer money. And probably you don't know jack shit when you come. If you're like me, you come out of school, you don't know anything about real life stuff. So anybody who, you know what I like to do is tell people that I charge for programs. The second they say it's a scam, block. I'm like, never buy my stuff. I don't care. I already lived the life. It's all about a lifestyle. So I'm not saying that in a cocky way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm not saying my life's perfect, but it's better than it used to be. I will tell you that. Guaranteed fact. So at the end of the day, somebody said stop swearing. No, you're on my channel. On my channel, I do what I want. If I come to your house and you say take your shoes off, I take my shoes off because I'm in your house. You're in my house. If you don't want to be in my house, there's always a front door in every house. So Mr. Meej731 on Meerkat, bro, get your brain is all convoluted. That's a low IQ statement. Never comment negatively on people's channels. Just leave. You ever get mad at somebody who you go in their house and they go, take your shoes off and give you too many rules? Then just leave. Always have options in life. Options. Whatever you want to do, make sure you have options. No options, no freedom. No freedom, no happiness. So what I like to do, the way that I like to, hold on. Anyway, so let's talk about ideas. Let's talk about ideas. How do you know you have a good one? Because all the marketing in the world is no good, no good, no good if you don't have a good idea. Trust me. You can't market crap. And a lot of people try. A lot of people try. Why? I don't know. If you listen to some of the ideas on this call, some of them are decent, some of them are great, and some of them are horrible. If you have a horrible idea, you got to come up with another idea. Write this down. Never be in love, ever, with your ideas. Always be like Bruce Lee said. Always be like water. Always be like water. Always be like water. Write that down. I never, ever, ever get in love with my ideas. Why? It's just an idea. Who cares? You're going to come up with some good ones. You're going to come up with some bad ones. Get over it. You know? So, who here has ever fallen in love with an idea? Nathan, you're going to help me on this one a lot, probably. Who here has ever fallen in love with their ideas? Anybody?
Yep, I have me like water. Some people are saying. Always be like water.
Well, be like water is a little different. Being like water is
Too many times.
Why?
I love all my ideas.
Almost every entrepreneur I met is in love with their idea. I've never once figured it out. It's like, what's the point? What's the point?
Me.
All right. Who here
Me.
wants to change their financial situation? This is my question. Who wants to change their financial situation? Say number one. Just write the number one if you want to change your financial situation. Now, number two, who here wants their idea to succeed? This is different. Who's a one, who's a two? Who's in love with their idea and wants it to succeed at all costs versus who is a one, which is here and they want the idea to accomplish a lifestyle goal for them?
3. Lots of ones.
You can't be a 1, 2, 2. There is no 1, 2, 2. You'll see.
2s.
You can't be a 1, 2. You can
That's
be a
why
1.
I'm here. 1. Yusuf says 1.
All right, so rule number 1 to make more money. Rule number 1 is you cannot be in love with your ideas. Can you write that on the board? Yeah. Nathan's going to help me. I like this idea. I like this idea.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Facebook.
It's on Facebook. It's on Facebook. You cannot.
Say, make it clear, Nathan.
You got better handwriting than me.
Yeah, he's got good.
Always know your weaknesses. Let somebody else do what you're weak at. My handwriting is a definite weakness of mine. Don't ever do your weaknesses. Now, if a weakness is in an area that's very important to fix, you will have to fix it. But sometimes you just gotta delegate.
The obstacle is the way.
For those of you who are more advanced entrepreneurs and you're watching this and you're like, when is Ty going to get to the point? This is a good lesson for you. Don't ever let other people set your agenda. I have my own agenda. Last night I got to go back in the locker room with Kobe. I was walking on. He was walking off the court. I had courtside seats. Me and T.O. If you know football, me and T.O. have been going to the games together. He's been my guest. Terrell Owens. And I went up to Kobe when he was walking out. The whole place is chanting. It's his last time against the Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. And I was like, yo, Kobe, can I come talk to you? Me and T.O. And Kobe sets his own agenda, man. This is what Kobe said. No, that's fine. Okay. Kobe goes, he just moved one finger at the police. And the police moved and let us walk back to the locker room. Kobe's got power in that Lakers room, I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, but Kobe has his own agenda. Somebody said lying. You got to go on my Snapchat. All of you that doubt anything that I'm talking about, just go to Snapchat. It's a new app. If you're too dumb to know what Snapchat is, you ain't a smart person. But anyway, so I was back there, and Kobe has a routine after every game. He has to go through his therapy. He ices and all that stuff. And so I have to wait because you're there in Kobe's house. So you're on Kobe's agenda. So I learn from everything. I learn what he does. I learn how he treats people, how he doesn't treat people, how he acts, all that kind of stuff. Very important to think that way. And a lot of people don't do that. And so on these live calls, I know I don't want to not value your time, but you can learn from anything that I do. You can learn what not to do. You can learn what to do. You have to become a learning machine. And that's my main focus in life. It's a learning machine. So I'm going to give you some tips, but I got to do stuff that I got to do too. But you're going to get value. By the way, if you're not in my accelerator, I'm going to open that up. I'm going to give you guys 3 special bonuses today for if you want to get an accelerator. It's not that expensive. It's the same price as one class of community college. So it's like $1,000. It's like $9.97. It's $3 a day it comes out to. For some of you, that's too expensive. But you know why? You want to know what Kobe told me? Let me show you something. I'll show you a little video. I'll show you a little snippet. I won't show you the whole thing just because I don't feel like it, but here we go. Here is what Kobe told me. Ding, 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 ding. You want to see? I'll put it up on YouTube, but see if I can find it now. I did a lot yesterday, man. There we go. Kobe's a very nice man. Kobe, you're a smart dude. I know you read. Favorite book? We're talking about books.
The last one I read was The Cash for Vegas.
We're talking about mentors.
What'd you like about it?
So there you go. For anybody who doubts. Somebody said, Ty, is stroking ego a good way to block growth? Whatever. People got random theories about ego. Don't ever listen to people who tell you they got the absolute answer on ego. Some badasses have egos, and some broke mofos have no egos. And some people are humble, and it's a mixture. Don't listen to extremes. You can have an ego sometimes. It ain't that bad. We grew up in a society that lied to you about lots of stuff. It lied to you about stuff like never envy. You know, religion doesn't always tell the truth. Some of religion is true and some's lie. You just got to be honest with yourself and go, yeah, that's probably not true. Thou shalt not envy. Now, I don't want to offend anybody, but you want to have envy because envy tells you what motivates you. If you envy somebody who has more money than you, you're probably money motivated. If you envy somebody who has better status at a party than you, then you probably value status. If you see somebody who has a better relationship than you, it's good. Then you find out your motivation. Your motivation is mating, reproduction. Don't. Most of what you hear in the world is half lies or half truth. Sometimes when I say stuff, it offends people because I'm like, because you never heard the truth before. That's what it comes down to. So all of a sudden the truth, it's like Plato's cave. Plato, the philosopher, said most people, this thousands of years ago, wrote a story about a cave, and he said, most people are like back far inside of a cave, and there's a flame, there's fire, they're sitting around a fire. And the fire is reflecting shadows on the wall. And they see the shadows and they think those are real life people. So they go, that's a real life person. That's what people look like. But they're just seeing the shadow. And Plato said you have to go to the front of the cave, and it's very bright. And it's so bright that it makes you have glare. You know what I'm saying? And so it feels wrong. It feels so. Sometimes when I tell people stuff, I'm passing on what my mentors told me, and they're telling me things that will feel wrong to you. Like I said with ego, people are going to tell you never have an ego. Well, this is false. Now, you can have too much of an ego, and you can have too little. That's truth. You can drink too little water, but you can also drink too much water. Chinese water torture. There was a torture that, I forget which country, I think it was China. They literally would make you drink water till you died. You can kill yourself. But every good thing has a dark side. And one of the things that we're talking about today, if you want 1 million people to pay attention to your idea, if you want to be able to market well, you're going to have to see the truth, because the truth is blinding, but it's also attracting. It blinds, but it attracts. It's like a moth. When you put a flame out, some animals run away from the flames, and some come towards it. And one thing that I've learned to do is when you tell the truth, sometimes you're going to get a lot more people follow you. And some of the stuff, my videos, they got a lot of views. I say some truthful stuff. I have one video that got about, at least 100 million views. That said, you want to know the secret to being successful? Drop out of college. And then I said I was just joking. But then I was like, maybe I'm not, because a lot of people dropped out of college and were successful. What I was trying to get a point across is college is just one tool. And some of you should use that tool. But it's not the only tool. And a lot of people don't want to cope with that fact. But the facts are right in front of you. There's literally tens of thousands of people who never went to college or high school or successful. And there's tens of thousands of people who did go to college and are successful. So that means college in and of itself is not enough of a tool to stand alone. It's not enough to stand alone. You have to add multiple tools together. You can't build a house with just a tape measure or just a hammer. You're going to need a screwdriver. You're going to need something to pour cement. You're going to need electrician's tools, plumbing tools. You're going to need, literally, especially when you lay a foundation, you're going to need a whole different set of tools. You're going to need wrenches. You're going to need that. To build a good house, you're probably going to need at least 50 to 100 specialized and general tools. And college is just one tool. The accelerator that I have is a very powerful tool, I'm telling you. I let in about 3,000 people last year into it. It's an online private home study business program, but not just business. It's a success course, but it's focused on your finances. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. Someone says college is the safest path. There is no safe path. What do you mean? It ain't the safest path. I don't believe that at all. The safest path is what I'm talking about. The safest path is to become a lifelong learning machine. This is the safest path, without a doubt. As Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger said, the best investors of our time, they just said something simple. They said, what made us money in 1965 wouldn't have made us money in 1966. What made us money in 66 wouldn't have made us in 67. And so on, all the way up to the year 2016. What makes you money and works yesterday doesn't work today. So the only safe path is be a learning machine. This is it. And I'm a learning machine. I'll tell you the greatest part. Let me pull up this Kobe interview. It's just so funny and very humbling when I'm lucky enough to get around these legendary people. And you know what? Legendary people all speak the same language, man. Almost to a person when I get around legends, whether they're billionaires like Elon Musk or Mark Cuban or pro athletes like T.O. and Kobe Bryant, they all speak a different language. I'll tell you what Kobe's language said here, which I thought was so great. I'll just fast forward it to the end here. And you can just hear for yourself what he says at the end. Like, this is some of the greatest advice you'll ever hear. Let me get to the end here, sorry. Here we go.
Like they say, make war with a multitude of counselors. That's the whole problem. You gotta learn from those who have created greatness before. Yeah. Thank you, my man.
He said, Ty, you have to learn from those who created greatness before. That's right there from Kobe Bryant, man. Maybe top 5 basketball player of all time. Certainly all top 10 of all time. He's got 5 championship rings. That's hard to do. Over 20 years, started at 17 or 18, still playing. And you got to ask yourself, have you learned from those who created greatness before? And if the answer is no, then you have a long, hard path ahead of you. Not a good path. Not a path I would want to be on. I would run from that path. Woof. I already went down that path. Luckily, I got out of that thing as quickly as I realized that's a real scam right there. That path of not learning from greatness. So let's do a little thing here. I want you to list out. Can you come here, Nathan? Do this homework. Because marketing is the same deal. You know, you got to learn from people who created greatness before. I learned how to get, somebody said, did I pay Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant worth a couple $100 million. You think I paid him for that? No, son. People can never deal with cold, hard facts that some people do stuff that other people don't do. So I want you to tell me real quick, throw out. Some people will tell you this is name dropping. No, this is called legend learning. Who are the legends in your life that you've met in person that are speaking into your life? I would like you to list them out, because based on what you write right now, I can predict how much money you're going to have in your bank account. Somebody says, isn't Terrell Owens a failure? No. What are you talking about? He's a 9-time Pro Bowler, made it to the Super Bowl, has the greatest pat. Okay, so tell me the people in person who have spoken to you this far away. This far away, right here. Carlos Slim talked to you this far away? Somebody said Drake. No lying. No lying. Drake didn't speak to you.
Nobody, no one.
Yeah, but I'm going to show you the problem in everybody's life here.
Tim Sykes and Dan Leask, 2 millionaire mentors of mine. Cool.
Just keep naming them.
Not one. Books. Somebody says Byron Scott. No one goes out to find mentors right now, somebody says.
CEO of Monster.
CEO Monster, that's pretty cool. Grant Cardone. Who else we got?
So you're being mentored by Grant Cardone?
Haven't met anyone. I live in a small city. My grandpa, CEO of Hearst. John Shin. Somebody says God. Julian.
Come about on earth. You can't say God. Can't say God.
Okay. Aubrey McClendon.
Can't name me because we're talking.
Chris
I'm the one
Gardner.
doing the talk.
Tom Crum, bodyguard and Aikido sensei of John Denver. Cool. Tom
All right,
Crum.
so you're going to notice somebody. You guys are going to notice something on here.
Bob Proctor.
It's not that good of a list. if
CEO
you're
of
going through
Sequa.
here.
Peter Voogd. Okay. A big YouTuber, Wherever Tomorrow. CEO of World Ventures, past CEO of Nordstrom. Lionel Hamilton. Somebody said Damon John.
All right. So what do we notice from this? What are we noticing? How's the quality of the list, Nathan? 1 to 10. What you give it?
I'd say a 7.
A 7?
7.5. I'm not sure how many of these are real.
Wait, but you're counting the
Okay.
people that say none? And
Oh, that are none? Yeah,
you
that would be like,
gotta blend it all together.
okay,
What are we blending
3.
all together?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. That means if I ask now, I'm gonna do another test. Just watch this. I'm gonna show you guys something. All right. What's the average person's income on here right now? Let's do it. List out your income.
Average income.
Average income. Give me something.
0.
0.
Exclamation point. 30K, 50K, 100K, 36K, 85K, 0.
Let's do annual income. Annual.
Annual. 5K a year, 200K Swiss, 420K a
Oh, hey.
month,
Don't
2.8
say hey.
million, 60K, 100K, 10K, 25K.
How do you like my hair right now, Chanel?
You did it well.
What else
No,
we
I
got?
didn't do it. I have a hair.
Australia, 130K, a mil,
So like,
125K,
Chanel's gonna come talk about
250K.
clothing.
what am I talking about?
Give us the face you always make.
I think a lot.
2K,
Chanel,
6K,
do you approve of my hair?
I do.
Let me see what you're wearing.
25K.
What you got on?
Did I see a little sparkle?
Style swag. You bring me some clothes?
I got you a ton of clothes. She dropped off a rack so you guys can decide what you want tailored. And
50K,
I'm gonna
250K,
go try it on.
2.8 mil.
it's promising.
Give me the.
That's all I have.
I'd say about average is about
Better.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
75K gross.
What? You don't like me touching your hair?
100K on
Girls.
Facebook,
Anyways, so you might
77K,
as
24K.
Okay, so you notice here, these two things are related. The average person learning from greatness level on this call is a 3, and the average person's income is a 3. It pretty much goes together. Mark my words. Let me Snapchat what my Instagram post was. That one, not the one before. How do you find people though? Yes, good question. I'm going to show you guys a way that I wish that I had, that I didn't have. Now, eventually, it's easier for me, but when I first started out, it was not easy. You know? It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, yeah. Snap. Let me snap that. Just snap that picture. One of the ways you can do it, that I did it when I was starting out in 2001, was I bought a course from Corey Rudel. Now, I would recommend you buy that Corey Rudel course that I bought, taught me how to do internet marketing. The problem is Corey Rudel died in 2007 in a car accident. He was like 30 years old, making about 10 million bucks a year. So his course is not updated. It's not around anymore. But I find buying courses is the best. Now, some people are going to think that that's me saying it because I sell courses. No, I sell courses because I only do stuff that I believe in, just so you know. That's why I like these t-shirts. I love this fit. This is the new style of my shirt because I wear, the other style we had was more like American Apparel. This is a French brand called, well, it's based off a French brand and it's way better. So I only sell t-shirts that I'm comfortable in. You guys see me doing videos, doing jujitsu. That's me actually living my life. Everything I do, my most important thing to me for lifestyle is I do stuff that I would do anyway. So the accelerator program, I would do anyway. I got all kinds of amazing, I just had one of the LA Lakers explain to me his formula. He has a championship ring. And I asked him, what's the secret? He hit the game-winning shot in a championship game. I said, what's the secret to staying focused when it's the game-winning shot with 100 million people watching you on TV? And he told me the formula. And I put that video in my private accelerator. My accelerator is all private. Like, you have to have a special password to get in. So that is one way to do it. So let's write this down, Nathan. Yeah. Make a new one. Number 2. You have to be around greatness. Always. Always. So I call this your around greatness factor. Some of you, you're around, and I'm telling you, if you're an entrepreneur who's a little more advanced, you really got to up your game, because every quote-unquote entrepreneur that I meet that thinks they're advanced, they're not that advanced, because they only hang around people who make the same money as them. If you're making $1 million a year, so you're really proud of yourself, again, old hip-hop saying, check yourself before you wreck yourself. $1 million is chump change now. I know to some people that's a lot of money, but it really is chump change. So please don't get too excited with your $1 million a year. Surround yourself with greatness. Who makes more than $1 million? Who out there could you get around that making $1 million a year would be embarrassing? I'll tell you one person, Mark Cuban. He came over here the other day. We were shooting basketball for a while. Then I said, man, will you share with me some of the secrets on how you made $3 billion? I'm going to record it and put it in my accelerator. He's like, okay. So once again, I'm surrounding myself with greatness. I sit there in a chair. I interview him. He tells me greatness, how he got it. And then I listen and I share it with you guys. Now, some of you aren't good listeners, so it's not going to help you. But most of you will if you are able to listen to videos on your phone. That's what I do. Now, like I said, I'm lucky enough in person that I get to meet people in person now, you know? But when I couldn't meet them in person, I did the next best thing. You know? The next best thing is what? Meeting them virtually on your phone. And it's a great way to do it. And I still do it sometimes. It's not as good as in person, though. I hope some of you will get to meet people in person, because in person smokes everything. But when I was starting out, and when you're starting out, it's much harder. Kobe Bryant ain't hanging out with nobody, trust me. Like, that's the hardest interview. That's the hardest person to reach in LA right now, just because it's his retirement year. So I wouldn't start with that. Some of you, the reason you're going to suck at networking is it's too hard what you're trying. You're trying to bench press 500 pounds the first time you lift weights. You can't bench press 500 pounds your first time, ever. Nobody in the history of planet Earth has been able to do that. Does everybody agree with that? Some of you are trying to lift 500 pounds on your first lift. Write A and B under here. Here's A and B. A, okay, A is get around greatness in person. B is buy a course from the great people. Man, if Kobe Bryant, I wish he had a course on how to win 5 championships, how to be great. I would buy that. I'd spend $10,000. Right now, my current budget for learning, just to set the example here, is $50,000 to $100,000 every month. Every month is what I'm spending. $50,000 to $100,000 a month right now, this month. Okay? Now, I'm not bragging about that. I'm just telling you the facts. You must spend that much money at some point in your life, in my opinion, or else I wouldn't do it. But you don't have to do it now. Right now, some of you can only afford, $500 a month. Well, then spend $500. Some of you can only afford $800. Then spend $800. Some of you can only afford $10 a month. Spend 10. Spend your way. So write this on the new board here. Okay, let's take an interesting perspective. Kavort Mancunian says, don't spend that much on knowledge. You can learn it yourself. Hey, Kavort, let me show you something. And you guys all have your option. You can listen to Kavort Mancunian. That's who you can learn from. Or you can learn from what Kobe Bryant said. You have to go to where greatness was. Kavort, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. I feel bad for you. You on a long, hard path to brokenness for a long time. What if you met a friend and your friend comes to you and goes, dude, I got the best news ever. And you go, what? You go, man, I spent the last 10 years of my life inventing something. I'm going to get a patent on it. It's going to make me rich. You say, what is it? He says, I invented the wheel. And he's excited. And he's like, what do you think, man? What do you think of my idea? And you'd go, wait a second. You know you reinvented the wheel. And your friend's like, no. I spent 10 years of my life learning. And you're like, but you spent 10 years of your life learning what somebody could have just shown you in a minute. That's Kavork. That's why I feel bad for you. Always feel bad for your haters. Or, you know, unless they're smarter than you. Sometimes your haters are smart. Kavork, you ain't smarter than what I'm talking about. Not even close. I feel bad for you, my friend. You're on a long, hard path to brokenness. By the way, Kavork, you making any money right now? Or are you inventing things? Doran says, does a great mentor devalue a person's opinion? Abso-freaking-lutely. Doran, you never had a great mentor. I'm going to tell you the best mentor story. You want to hear a real mentor story or your make-believe Doran one? Here's a real one. I was 19 or 20 years old. I told 5 guys they were mentors to me. Gary Townsend, Dr. Gordon Hazard, Alan Nation, Mike Murphy, and Joel Salatin. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And they said, really? Tell us about what you're going to do. And I said, well, I'm going to tell you, and I told them all my ideas. I was so excited. They said, well, what's your projected IRR? And I was like, IRR? What is that? And they go, you don't know what IRR is? And I go, no. And they said, you're going to be broke the rest of your life. That's what they said. They were mean. They were like, they started laughing at me. They're like, what kind of school system is this joker come out of? He doesn't even know what IRR. He doesn't even know what internal rate of return and how to calculate it is. Now, I bet you money that not one person on here can calculate IRR correctly off the top of their head, which is ROI plus you basically factor in cash flows. Nope. But you know what I did? Unlike most people, here's what I did. They just corrected me. They destroyed my opinion. I went to lunch with Tommy Hilfiger the other day. When was that? On the Oscars. The day I went to the Oscars. Before I went to the Oscars, I said, Tommy, tell me 3 ways to build a clothing brand. 3 tricks. He said, well, number 1, have a badass logo. I've always said that logos aren't important. He destroyed my idea in 1 second. And I was excited to get my ideas destroyed. You want your ideas destroyed. Most of you, your ideas have you broke. What do you want? You want them to be destroyed. Destroy what doesn't work and tear it down and bring back only the gold. Turn the heat on the fire up and melt away all the bronze, all the silver, all the impurities, and just be left with solid gold. That's how you make money. That's how you change your life. That's it. All you guys who are, in Lululand, all I can say is check yourself before you wreck yourself, man. It's going to be a long, hard path. Now, up here on the board, we have, talking about getting 1 million people, number 3, who's your cabinet? The President of the United States has a cabinet. So let's say your idea is you're going to take your current idea and you need 1 million followers. Okay? We've talked about surrounding yourself with greatness. People know how to do that. Now, are you like the president? Are you like the general of your own life? All right? Kavork. I love these calls are funny sometimes, man. It's good. Always keep your finger in the pulse of society. Always find out what the average person is thinking. You know, find out what great people are thinking, what average people are thinking, and what people who are going the wrong way are thinking. It's very important. You'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot. Now, how many people are like the President of the United States and have 15 great people in their cabinet? Who here? Come read this.
I have no, Ty, lol, nah. My mic.
What's the internet I should connect to here?
But you have to put in the new password. Can you help?
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
No, I think I have it already.
Okay. None. Here, we need a new one here.
How many people are in your cabinet? Tell me your cabinet right now. I'm going to show you.
0. Do you count? 0.
Don't
you
count me for right now. Don't count me
0,
for right
2,
now.
4, 0, 29. About 4.
List some of them. Whoever you say 29, tell me.
Tara, John, Jason, Steven, and 9 more.
Now, why are they in your cabinet?
7 in my inner circle. 0, 2 or 3.
Who are they?
Other than Ty, 0.
Yeah, your
1.
cabinet, let me be clear on one thing. Your cabinet is badasses. So don't count people that are like your buddy. They can be your friends. They're not your cabinet. Unless you devalue yourself. Okay? You know who was in Kobe Bryant's cabinet? He told me. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Michael Jackson, Bob Iger, Jerry Buss. He named, they were either billionaires or people at the very top. So it's better to say you have 0 than to try to say you have 10. Only badasses. I'm talking bad to the bone. So if somebody said Joseph Stiglitz, well, he's a badass. He's a Nobel Prize winner. What's up? But is he really in your cabinet? He advises you on your business? I'm impressed, but I don't believe you.
16, 2.
John, Richard, what's up?
Absolutely
What's going
0.
on? How was the,
I have 1.
I didn't know you guys were both coming.
5, 3, 1.
We were watching Vermont.
0.
Talking about the power of
7.
SEX.
Billy, Rich, Bobby, Ron.
Can't say that.
John, no, you cannot say that.
Have kids, they can't spell it.
0.
It's relations.
0.
14.
1 person at 17 years old.
Who's the one person that you have at 17? Somebody said Ty, Grant Cardone, James Altucher. Is James Altucher and Grant Cardone mentoring? They're speaking into your. Remember, your cabinet speaks to you. You call them up and you go, "What do I do?" And they answer. Maybe we didn't define this quite well enough for people.
Maybe 1.
Maybe 1. Okay.
1.
Always better to be
0.
honest and just say 0
3.
sometimes. There's no shame
I
in
think
just saying
2.
0.
0. 3. 1.
But who are you? You're not allowed to say a number unless you say the name.
Yeah, make sure you guys are putting the names as well as the number of
We
how
need to
many
know the
people are in
name
your
because I'm
cabinet.
trying to show you guys something how you got to count. Some of you aren't counting right.
0, 0, 1. Dr. Monica Sharma from the UN.
Okay, good. I'll count that one.
1. Cassie Russell. I don't know.
Just so you know, do you consider them badasses? That's my badass is such an easy. I love that word because badass is unmistakable. So is the UN person, do you consider that person a badass?
Dr. Eric L. Brown, MD.
Because like Kobe said, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson,
1. Alex
and
Becker.
Michael Jordan. Those are all badasses.
Cory Booker. He used to intern for him. Cassie Russell was #1 draft pick. Somebody put Ben.
It's a cabinet like a mastermind. They're like your advisors. I have one who's a financial accountant. Does that make them a badass?
Nicholas, his millionaire mentor.
Nicholas. Okay. All right. Now, what if you could change this number? What if you could have 15, 20, 30, 50? What would change in your income? What would change in your ability to get 1 million people? Who wants to guess? What would change? Anybody?
Everything. No idea. Multiply. It would increase tenfold.
Okay.
A lot. Better decisions. Value. Everything.
So my question,
Commas.
why are you
Perspective,
guys not
your
pursuing
lifestyle.
this like your life depends on it?
The ability to thrive. 100x.
Who's operating on this like their life depends on it? Because your life does depend on it. The good life depends on it. You could live an average life. Dan, Charlie, Ed, Milet. Here's a good rule if you know they're badasses. The whole world knows who they are. That's the best simple thing.
My
Badasses get out. Like, badasses are discoverable.
My income would skyrocket. Somebody says Dr. Divitanto, PhD in electromagnetics, as their cabinet.
Who is it?
A Dr. Divitanto, PhD in electromagnetics, is in his cabinet.
Okay.
Okay. What else? His point of view would change. What else?
For those of you joining, I'm doing more than one thing at a time. Why? Because I have to right now. Today's a busy day.
Pretty large money.
What is that?
Somebody says they'd get large amounts of money.
More money. Good. Good. What else?
Everything would change.
Close that door. It's too loud. So here's my goal
More
for you.
influence.
If you want to know how to get 1 million people to follow your idea, if you want to know how to make more money, if you want to know how to revolutionize your life so that you snap your fingers and instantly everything's changed, you're answering your own questions. Your cabinet's not big enough, man. It's not big enough. And a lot of times people want me to do magic. They're like, Ty, I have no potential, no action, I procrastinate, I have no advisors, my life sucks, what's the magic formula? I'm like, well, just get rid of everything you just said. That's the magic formula. Sometimes if you want to know how to get what you want, how to figure out how to get what you don't want, that's what I try to do. How do you get 1 million people to pay attention to your idea? I will tell you the answer. Who wants to know? Here we go. The answer is, first figure out how to not get 1 million people to follow you. Make a boring YouTube video. Make a video nobody's going to share with their friends. Share the same old content everybody else shares. Ain't nobody going to pay attention. Don't be a good public speaker. Don't have a unique message. Don't have eloquence in your speech. Don't have something badass about your life. You won't get 1 million people to pay attention. So just reverse engineer it. Do the opposite. That's called the principle of inversion. Can you write that down for me? You have to understand the principle of inversion. Invert, invert, invert. Say that to yourself 10 times a day. Invert, invert, invert. Literally, invert, invert, invert. You want to know how to get a girlfriend that's beautiful? Figure out exactly how to not get a girlfriend that's beautiful. Smell bad. This will guarantee you'll never have a hot girlfriend. Never work out. Look like shit. Never have no ambition. You'll never get a hot girlfriend. Be the worst option that she can choose. That's a great one. So all you do is invert invert, and all of a sudden, it's like magic. Snapping your fingers, almost feels like instantly your life begins to change. Now, let's do it for making money. How do you be sure you don't make money? Oh, I can tell you. Have no multitude of counselors. Make war with a multitude of counselors was said thousands of years ago as one of the secrets to creating wealth. Don't do that. Listen to that one dude. What was his name? That was saying, learn all on your own. Learn all on your own. Reinvent the wheel yourself. Guaranteed you're going to be broke. Guaranteed. Broke city, man. Broke city at the highest level. Oh my God. You will be broker than anybody. I will always beat you in business. You learn the hard way, I learn the fast way, you'll always be 5 years behind me. There's trends to life. You got to catch the trends. You're going to try to start Facebook now? It was big in 2008. You're going to try to start Snapchat now? Too late. They already got 100 million users. That train's gone from the station. You're still trying to learn the slow way, man. Why? Learn the fast way. I'm a fast learner. Fast. Why? Because I'm afraid of learning slow. You know? So, another thing, inversion. Let's do another slide. How to guarantee you'll never get 1 million people. I wrote some things down there. I wrote down, be boring.
I'm going to list it out.
Just write them all over the place. Be boring. Be a bad public speaker. Have nothing interesting to say. I'm inverting the principle of getting 1 million followers. Have no dopamine release in what you do. That's a great way to be broke. What else did we throw out? Give me some more. What else?
Nothing unique.
Nothing unique. Low VRIN score, VRIN. Be a slow learner. Oh, always reinvent the wheel yourself so that you're always 10 years behind the trends. Spend your 10 years reinventing the wheel. Yeah, learn on your own. Oof, that's a good one to put on there. That's guaranteed broke city.
Think scarcely.
Yeah, be a cynic. That's a good one. Be cynical of everything you see. Oh man, thank God. I'm the least cynical person ever. 2001, I bought a course that looked like a get-rich-quick scheme. It said there's a new thing. It's called Google AdWords. I'm not a cynic, so I was like, let me try it. I spent $1,000 on a program, roughly 500 to 1,000, I forget. I made at least 10 million back from that. You know that almost every one of you could have done that too. You could have done that at 12. What's another thing? Oh yeah, never spend money on learning. Shoot, I spend money all day long. I'll spend any amount of money as long as what I'm going to learn makes me more back. Oh yeah, don't be a smart investor. You know the opposite of being a smart investor? Hold all your money. So most people do. They hold their money. Invest your money, man. Money sitting in a bank account right now is making you under 1% interest. Low interest rate environment. Did you see the Snapchat I did? My buddy was here. His first business he built makes $200 million a year. I asked him, what does he predict for the U.S. economy? He said, easy. Low interest rates, which means keeping your money parked in cash. Broke city. What else? What else?
You want to put your fear instead of facing it?
Yeah, fearful. Fear. Some of you are just free. Oh, I'll tell you another one. Fear. Procrastinate a lot.
Laziness.
Man, all you procrastinators, I feel bad for you guys. You're just torturing yourself. You got all those dreams, and they're never going to happen, man, because you don't even start. I know another one. Be paralyzed by any decision. Anytime you have a decision, be paralyzed by overanalyzing. Overanalyzing decisions all the time. Guaranteed way to being broke. That's a great one to write down. Ooh, that one's nasty. That one's nasty. Who here does that? Who here does that? All right. All right. Just you gotta write that and then show me on the phone.
Okay.
You don't need to talk about it.
Okay.
There you go. It's kind of like the WhatsApp that I sent you. You just did opposite. Remember what the WhatsApp that I talked to you about this morning was?
Yes.
That's called the opposite. Don't do the opposite.
Okay.
What's the opposite of that? Yeah. So that's the opposite. What's the right way?
What?
There you go. There you go. Be a fast learner. By the way, everything that I'm talking to you guys about, I struggle with this shit. I got a lot of employees. Sometimes I'm worried about planet Earth, man. I really am. That's like, and I'm not saying that condescending. I'm telling you the truth. I wake up and I'm like, holy crap. I'm worried, man. Some of this stuff that I'm telling you, look, let's do the math. At least this afternoon, 50,000 people are going to watch this. At least. Now, out of those 50,000, I watch how many people implement what I say. Last week, 3 people I met with, 3 sets of people, 3 companies. I put them on my Snapchat, and one's on my YouTube. One were 3 kids at the Grove. They listen to all the stuff I'm talking about. They build a channel. They're 17 and 18 years old. They have 700,000 YouTube subscribers. They're making money off their YouTube. 2, I was at the Staples Center. Kid came up to me, 17, or no, 18. Ty, I follow all your stuff, all my friends, all us entrepreneurs. I bought an app for $4,000 last year. I rebranded it. Take the same game as a game. Now I'm top 20 in the world on the Apple Store, and I made 600 grand in the last 3 months, 200,000 a month. He's listening and implementing. Okay. Then the third you saw at my house last week. The 2 kids came. They met at my conference. They became business partners. One of them said, Ty, it's one of my favorite videos someone ever said. He said, Ty, you took me from a broke, lost high school senior to now I got a business partner, an online business. Me and him are making $20,000 a month at 18. I think they're both 18. Now, that's what I'm saying. Out of 50,000 people, I'm happy if 3 listen, because the 3 that do listen become badasses. And I love that, you know? And so for each of you watching this, you gotta be like, am I gonna be in the category of the 49,997? Or am I gonna be in the category of the 3 or 4 people who actually listen? And I promise you, most of you, and I say this with sadness in my voice, it's not, I don't get excited at people's failure. Sometimes people think that. I don't. I get no kick out of it. It's easy to fail, man. There's nothing exciting about watching someone crash and burn. I don't go, ooh, another person didn't listen to good advice, and it's not that exciting to me. Some people get excited when other people fail. I've never been like that. I've never laughed at people that much growing up and stuff. But I do get concerned. Like, I'm like, what's wrong with people? Dude, if I was 18 again and this live cast was going on, I would buy everything. I always spent all my money on learning. My first $12,500 at 19, I made with my first business. I spent it all in about the next 3 to 4 months traveling the world meeting mentors. That's what I did. People try to argue with it. I'm like, that's what I did. And it's never failed me yet. And I still do it today. You guys see me. I'll be training a little bit later. I train with pro basketball players. I train with, top bodybuilder people. I train with kickboxing champions. I train with chess masters. I train with billionaires. That's what I do. And it's always worked, man. And so the other thing I would put on this board, Nathan, we need a few more. Don't train. Don't train, man. If you don't train, I can definitely guess your bank account balance. Definitely. I don't care what anyone tries to lie and say they're being successful. I asked T.O., I said, T.O., it's on my Snapchat still. We had courtside seats. It was pretty cool. I said, T.O., how often did you train? He said, 9 to 5, baby. I used to physically train 9 to 5. Do the math on that. That's 8 hours a day. He was physically training. And he was one of the fastest running wide receivers ever. He ran a 40-yard dash in 4.45. Try that. That's nuts. 120 feet in 4.4 seconds. If you look at your life right now, are you training right now to be good at getting 1 million people to pay attention to your idea? Are you training, or are you like most entrepreneurs? Got one idea, in love with it, try to launch it, fails, try to get investors, fails, boom, then they go back to living an average life, and they're 40 years old going, well, I had this good idea, but it didn't work, and you know, the U.S. economy, and you know, Obama's the problem. Obama's the real problem. Bill Clinton, and that's the problem. Well, the problem's you, bro. We people blame external sources. You think the economy is affecting you right now? Only suckers think that. If you know how to make money, you make money in any economy. Period. Always. End of story. End of story. You think Warren Buffett and Bill Gates were broke because of the 2008 housing bubble? No, because they had diversified, they understood the principles of investing. I teach this in the accelerator, 3-bucket investing. Simple principles that'll change your life on investing your money so you don't lose it all. All right, I gotta go. What time is the people here? I actually have my trainer showing up in a few minutes. What?
It's 5 o'clock right now.
It's 5.
But like being unaware and not doubling down.
Yeah, being unaware. I talk about this in 67 steps. So let me do something because I gotta jet out here. So I'm gonna open up this accelerator. Now, for those of you watching and you want to know how to do good sales, this is how you do bad sales. Because I'm not paying that much attention to you guys because I got to do this other thing right now. And so I'll make way less money on my accelerator today, but I don't care. I don't need the money. But the good news is whenever you oversell something, you get people buying that shouldn't buy. When you undersell, then only the real people really interested buy. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to set a timer for 20 minutes. I'm going to let either 20 minutes or 30 people, whichever comes first. We're going to reset Facebook. I'm going to reset Facebook. Why? Because then I'll get less people. If I leave it running, you know, it's yeah, anyway. Ty, your course is awesome, man. Accelerator really helped me. Keep it up. Now, I'm going to show a button in a few minutes, and then you have 20 minutes to get in the accelerator. I'll explain the price. I'm going to explain what you get, what you don't get. And some of you are going to be like, I'm still not ready. That's okay. Don't go into it. I promise you, I don't care. Why do I say that? Because, 1, I don't need the money. 2, I'm already doing it, and it's awesome. 3, I already let in 3,000 people. I limited it. I didn't let in that much a month. I let in a couple hundred a month only. Even though a lot more people tried to get in. Why? I like less. Quality over quantity, man. Always, 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 always. So I'm all about that, and I don't like to beg. I never beg. I never beg. I look for the people ready to rock and roll. If you're one of them, go into it. If you're a procrastinator, I know almost everybody on here is a procrastinator. But I'll tell you this, it's insane the testimonials I've gotten since I opened this up in May. This online home study course. Insanity. That's why I put 100%. That's why I'll show you as a bonus, I'm going to give you a 60-day, 100% money back guarantee, which means you could buy it, rip me off, listen to it for 60 days, turn it off, get all your money back. No one does it. Almost nobody. My refund rate is insanely low. I had a consultant come in, and he didn't believe me. I showed him the numbers on the refund rate. He's like, no, that's not possible. That would be 400% lower than other courses that people sell, like P90X or whatever. He's like, I don't believe you. And then I showed him the numbers, and he's like, damn, why? And I'm like, because this shit has value because I built it for myself. Just so you know, I built the accelerator to train myself. I'm only offering it to you as an afterthought. I trained with Mark Cuban myself. I wanted to get better at my podcast, so I brought John Lee Dumas, who 2 years ago was making $0, and now he publishes numbers. I think he made $3.8 million in San Diego. I was like, teach me how to make my podcast better. Boom. I want to get my YouTube channel better, so I went out and found my buddy Willie Rex. He has 14 million YouTube subscribers. I said, will you show me how to do it? And he goes, okay. And I recorded it, and then I put it in a private members area. You can get access to it if you want, and if you don't, I don't care. You'll never get Willie Rex to tell you his secrets. I promise you that. He even told me, he's like, Ty, why are you recording this? He goes, do you want everybody to know how to build a YouTube channel like we have one? And I was like, nah, I'm not greedy. Anyway, I'm always a trendsetter. By the time I do this, I'm always on to the next thing. So like I said, some of you, you're cynics. Good. I hate cynics. I'm happy for all cynics to fucking go spend your money on other shit like rent. Make your rent dude rich. Make your landlord rich. That's what you're gonna do with your money. Go spend your money on fast food. Go spend anything. Just don't spend it around me. I don't care. I will be fine in life. Again, I don't mean this cocky. I'm serious. I'm like, please. Sometimes people get in the program and we literally go a-hole, just send them they don't even want their money back. I kick them out before they even start. So, but that's the other thing. If you come in my programs, be nice. Because if you write something nasty to my customer support, or even if we didn't do something, we're like, where's my fucking password? Boom. Here, take your money and go walk. You ain't never gonna learn this stuff anywhere else. Ever. Ever. What caught? Harvard? London Business. I teach at the biggest universities. I just spoke at LBS, London Business School, number 2 in the world after Harvard. Ranked higher than Columbia, Stanford. They don't know jack shit about half the stuff I talked about. They kept me there for 12 hours. I spoke at USC. The other day I spoke at one of the top business schools. I won't say which one. I felt so bad for the students because I went around and I was asking them, do they know certain things? And a lot of professors came to hear me talk, and the professors couldn't answer my most basic questions when I was doing a quiz. I actually stopped doing it because I was like, I don't want to embarrass professors in front of their students. Please, who you want to learn from? Somebody who made $1 million or somebody who has a book about making $1 million but never made it themselves? When it comes to money, I like professors, but more for esoteric things like physics, psychology, not for making money. Hell no. So, here we go. We're going to reset Facebook now. And then I'll put the link in the Facebook thing. If you're on my website, we're going to put a link right on my site. Periscope and Meerkat, I'll give you one. Now, when I open this up, just so you guys know, it always fills up. So be ready, okay? Cassandra, Ty, come be a guest speaker at Harvard. Are you at Harvard? I like speaking at. You know, college has a lot of smart people there. Don't get me wrong. It's just the system is a little whack jobby. You watch, the system will be completely changed soon. Completely changed. So we're going to reset Facebook. Come back on Facebook. It'll take about 2 minutes, and we'll be back up. Maybe less. Go to the bathroom. And, yeah. For those of you who don't want to, cynics, people, go do something else. Seriously. I'm not saying that in a nasty way. I'm genuinely serious. Okay? Here we go.